Hello and welcome back to a new class in Basis and Practice in Programming. And in this class, we are going to have a new topic called structures. So we will see today what is structures and when we are going to use a structure, in what kind of scenario we are able to use structure. So far, we learned in this course many things about like how to create variables, how to make if statements, how to make loop, and also how to create arrays. And we are going to go further and see some new topic or how to create structures. Okay, so the outline of the lecture will be as follows. So we will have structures. This is from chapter 9. And also we are going to learn a little bit about something we call it enumerate, or defining our own data type. So before we saw some data types like integer, float, double, but how about if we can create our own data type? And we will see how we can do that today. And maybe those topics will be divided in several videos, so we will not make each video very long and tiring to watch. Okay, so before we go and start talking about structure, I would like to motivate you by an example. So I will open, for example, Visual Studio. Here is Visual Studio, and I would like to show you some example about when we are going to need structure. Okay, so imagine we have like two students, and we would like to make software which can manage students' information in the university. Imagine we have like 500 students in one college, and we would like to create software to manage, to save their information, those 500 students, and then manage their data. Okay, like for example, save their names and save their age, save their GPA. So what we are going to do, we are doing, maybe we can say, for example, here we will create, for example, character first name. Okay, so it's something like this one, and we say, okay, each first name could be maximum like 20 characters, and then we can create another, for example, last name. Okay, and this one will be like 20 characters. Okay, that's good. And then we also will have the age of the student, and also we will have his, for example, float, GPA, his grade, total grade, and maybe we can have more information about students. So this is only to save information of one student. Okay, so imagine we would like to do this one for multiple students. So we have here, this is the first students, and then we are going to do the same thing for the second students. But now, because you know variables cannot be repeated again, we cannot define variables multiple times. So I will say here, for example, this one is student 1, and this is 1, and this is 1, and this is 1. And then we are doing the same thing. This is student 2. And if we are doing like this, 2, and this is 2. If we are going to do that like this, and then we are doing same thing for student 3 and student 4, this will be really very hard and very tedious to do. Okay, so we are going to have today something we call the structure, and that structure will combine all of this one in just one package. So we will package those in one time, and then after that we will use this package 500 times. It's better than we define. You see here there is some repetition, so first name many times. Okay, and then maybe this one will be 3. Okay, and so on. Sorry. Okay, this is, and maybe this is 4, and this is very hard to do. Imagine we have this one for many students, so this will be really hard. So another way is to create something we call the structure. So the structure is a combination of multiple variables. We combine multiple variables in one package, and in this case we use this package as much as we can. So we can do packaging for this one. It's better than repeating this one many times. We can say here, for example, struct. Okay, this is something we call the struct. And then the name of the structure, for example, student. Okay, this is a student. And then in this structure, we will put those stuff. So we will say, okay, here is first name, here is the age and other stuff. And then after that, we close the structure. So this is how we can define a structure. That's it. Okay. And then we call this one first name. And then this is last name, age. So we combine multiple variables in one object. We call it, or on one entity. And we call this one a student entity. And then after that, you see we have here like 4 students. So we can do like this. We can for example, delete this one. And then we will see here, okay, so we could say struct and then we say, for example, student 1. Okay, student 1. Okay, so this is the first student. And then we are doing the same thing. So we are defining the first student. We told you we have 4 students before in the previous example. So here is a student 2. Okay. And we go next. And this is student 3. And now next, this is a student 4. Okay. So we are doing something like this one. Now we have 4 students. Each student have those 4 things. So you see how beautiful this one? This is the main purpose of structure. So structure is you combine multiple variables in one entity. We call it structure entity. And then we use this one. Now you might ask, okay, so this student 1 now has how many variables inside? I will tell you this has 4 variables inside. And how about this one? 4. This one, 4. This one, 4. How we can, for example, we want to give first name for a student here. So what we will do, it's very simple. So we say here student 1. Okay, here is the student 1 dot, now dot, and then you see here, this is the list of all the 4 variables belong to student 1. So his first name is equal, for example, Tamer. Okay, and that's it. This is like this. So we are using that dot operation here. The dot operation will solve this problem. Okay, so this one, how we can, maybe we can do this one later. We assign this one in better way. This is not a correct way. Anyway, so for example, okay, let's use something. For example, the first student, okay, GPA. Okay, this GPA is equal, for example, 3.5. Okay, so that's it. You see, this is correct, no problem. And then, for example, student age, for example, student 1 dot age. Okay, his age is equal 24, for example. Okay, and so on. So we can do the same thing for each student. So we can give him the first name and last name. Also, we can give him any things we would like to use here. So for example, I can say here get s, this is to get string. I would say get string and place this string inside the student 1. Okay, student 1 dot first name. Okay, so whatever string you get, put it inside student 1. I get this one from the keyboard. Okay, and then I also can say get get string, and this string will go to student 1. Okay, student 1, for example, last name. Okay, so yeah, like this. Okay, so this is you are reading his first name, you are reading his last name, and you are reading and you are giving him GPA and you give him age. You can do exactly the same for the student 2, exact same for student 3. Okay, so we can repeat this one, the same thing for other students. So just to make this thing simple, so I will not define other students for now. Let's work with one student. Then here I can print on the screen. I would say, okay, print the screen, put this one in the on the screen. So I will put student 1 on the screen, print. Okay, student1 dot first name. Okay, so this is, I will print on the screen, and also I will print on the screen. Okay, so let's print on the screen student1. Okay, dot, just to prove for you that this one is working. Okay, so this is a print on the screen, the last name, and then print f. Okay, we can print f his age and his, okay, is, for example, and then modulo d, his age is this one, and his GPA equal, and then there is another modulo d. Okay, and then I will put here two values, student1 dot age, and sorry, first one, yeah, age, and the second value will be student2, print student1 dot GPA. Okay, so that's it. So you are printing his name. Okay, maybe before this one, to distinguish, I will put here print f. Okay, I will print okay, the student one info is as follows. Okay, so for example, and then I will put here new line, and as you see, then after that I will print on the screen his first name, and I will print his last name. So again, so what we have learned from this example so far, before I run the example, we can combine multiple variables in one entity, and we can give name for this entity, any name you want. And when we combine multiple variables in one entity, we call this one structure entity, okay, or struct entity. Now, this line here is to define one variable from that entity. This one to define here, define one, okay, one variable from the student structure. Okay, so this is to define one. So to define one variable from the student structure, you are going to use this one. Okay, this one. Then after that, how to assign value or print value. So to read or write, for reading, okay, read variables or members, we call them members of the structure. We need to do something like this: the structure name, like a student dot member name. Okay, so like this. So this is for read member of the structure. We are doing this one. So we will put the structure name, so like student1, this is the structure variable, and okay, the structure variable. Okay, the member of the structure variable, we are doing like this: the variable, the structure variable dot the member name. Okay, whatever the member inside. There are 4 members inside this structure. Okay, so this is, so let's see, this is for read member, and for write for the member also we can. This is for writing. You assign, you make assignment here. You say 3.5 will go to this member, this 24 will go to this member, and so on. So, and then this is reading, this is to read, and also this is to read. Okay, reading. Okay, reading what is the value inside. So let's run and see if this one is working fine or not. Okay, so now it's waiting for me to give 2 strings. So I will give the first string, for example, as usual, Young J. This is his first name, and this one is Kim. Okay, and this is the last name. And then after that, when I click enter, he will start printing the information of Young J Kim. Okay, so here is it. The student one information as follows: Young J Kim is 24 and his GPA is equal 0. GPA is equal 0. Okay, so let's see why is GPA is it's a float, and okay, let's run this one again. Okay. This is the mistake. I put D here, but this one is a float. This is my mistake. So this one age is integer. Okay, then this is digit, and this is GPA, and it's a float. Okay, so let's run again one more time. I think everything will be okay now. JChem, and then click enter, and it will tell yes, this one is okay, so it's working. Okay, so this is the student information, and it works fine. Okay, so this is the motivation for this is just little introduction about what is the structure. So we will see several examples from today's lecture. So let's start. Now, structure is a tool to group heterogeneous elements together. So heterogeneous elements mean elements or variables which have different data type. Like, for example, as you saw in our example, there is an array of characters, there is a float, there is integer. So all of them, we group them together, those elements or those variables in one structure. So, but what about array? Array is just tool to group homogeneous elements. Homogeneous mean all the elements of the array must be integers. All elements of the array must be float. All elements must be a specific data type. But in the case of a structure, we need to have heterogeneous elements. So elements which are different data type, we group them together. So the structure is a grouping elements which have different data type. Array is a grouping elements which have same data type. Okay, I hope this one is clear. Now, storing calendar dates. So let's save some example. So if I would like to save all the days of the year in one software, how we can do that? So every day, so for example, every date has day, has month, and has year. Okay, so in this case, I will say, for example, I have month 9, I have day 25, and I have year 2004. Okay, so we would like to any date is composed of 3 variables: variable for day, variable for month, and variable for year. Okay, so in this case, to create a date variable, we need to create structure. So we will create a structure, and in that structure we will have something like this. So we will have date. Okay, this is a date, and the date has 3 variables. It has day, and this day is a day variable, and it has month variable, and it has year variable. Okay, and then after that we can use this structure to create one date variable. So I can say, for example, date, for example, birthday. Okay, birthday. My birthday is type date. So that means my birthday has 3 values. Okay, my birthday has day, and has month, and it has year. Okay, so my birthday is combining 3 inside it. There is 3 variables. Okay, inside my birthday. So I can create structure date, and then create one for birthday, and another date, for example, another date for example, start of the month, okay, and then I can create another date, for example, date for something else, and so on. So we can create multiple date. Each date contains 3 variables. Okay, so this is the easy way. It's much better than every time I create 3 variables for every situation. Okay, so let's see. In here, we can define the structure of date like this. We say struct. So this is the keyword struct from C language. And this is the name of the structure. And inside the structure, there are 3 members. We have month member, day member, and year member. You might ask, okay, all of them has the same data type. Is it okay? Yes, it's okay. Same data type or different data type, it's fine. But I'm trying, when I have multiple variables, I want to put those variables together in one entity. We use structure. So structure's main purpose is to combine or group multiple variables in one object or in one entity. Okay? Now, how, after you define the structure, you will use the structure. How to use the structure? You will say word keyword struct, and then you will put the name of the structure, okay, and then you will put the variable name. So the variable name is today, and then maybe this is another variable purchase date, and maybe another variable birthday, and then another variable for example friend per day, and so on. So we can create variables as much as we want. So we have here these two variables here. Okay, now how to access the elements of the variable. So each variable today, for example, has inside it there is a year. Okay, there is a year, and there is also month, and there is day. So each variable has 3 members inside it, okay? And you can give value for the year, and you can give value for the month, and you can give value for the day, okay? I hope this one is clear here. Okay, now let's see some example about how to determine tomorrow date if I know today date, okay? So if I know today date, for example, today is today is 30, okay, 30 of October, okay, 30 of October. In this case, how do we know what is the next day? The next day should be 31 of October, or it should be 1st of November, okay? Which one should be the next day, okay? So this is what we will calculate. So in this case, this is what the software will do. Will determine for me what will be the tomorrow, the date of tomorrow, okay? So let's see here. I create a structure, okay? This is very simple. Inside the main, I will create a structure. And in this structure, I will create month, day, year. That's okay. And don't forget, guys, the semicolon here, okay? This is very important, okay? So this is the structure, and you open parentheses, close parentheses to put all the variables of the structure or all members of the structure. Okay, then now after that, I will define 2 dates. One is today and one is tomorrow, okay? So I will define 2 variables of type date, okay? Of structure date. So the first variable today and another one is tomorrow. So today I will insert from the keyboard, and tomorrow it will be calculated automatically by the software. Okay, so let's see. Now, before I do that, I want to determine how many days for the year month is. So I say, for example, January has 31 days. February has 28 days. And then March has 31 days. So we will do this one 12 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So why I'm doing that? Why? Because when I'm in month October, so month October 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So here is October. So that means if I say today is 30 of October, in this case, the next day must be 31. How I know 31? Because October contains 31 days, okay? So this is the correct tomorrow date. This one is wrong, okay? So this is why we have this array. This array will tell me how many days for each month of the year. Okay, now after that, very simple. I will say enter date, today date, and then I will read from the keyboard the 3 integers. So the first integer will go to today month. Today, this is today, and inside today there are 3 values. I have 3 values: month, day, and year, okay? So today month we read from the keyboard today month, and then after that we will read today day, and then we will read today year. So we will read from the keyboard 3 values, okay? Then after that we will do the calculations. We will say, here is if statement. I will say if today.day is not equal to the day per month, today minus month. So if this is not equal to days per month, today.month minus 1. So if first I will see here today, so let's explain this one first before we go to the today.day. So here days per month Okay, days per month is this array. Okay, days per month. It has 12 elements, day per month. Okay, now day per month, I will say today month, I know from the keyboard. I already read this one from the keyboard. So assume this one is month 10. I say month 10. So the day dot month is 10 minus 1, it will be 9. Okay, this is 9. That means I want from the array element number 9. Element number 9, let's go to the element number 9. Element number 9, let's 0, element number 0, element number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, and 9. So the month 10 is in the element number 9. This is the month 10. So I'm asking here, if the day you inserted from the keyboard, imagine I inserted from the keyboard, 30, okay? Is it not equal to 31? Because this one will give me 31. Why this one will give me 31? Because I inserted from the keyboard month, today month is 10. Today month is 10, that means element number 9. Element number 9 is 31. 31 is not equal to 30. That means this is true. If this one is true, what I will do, I will say tomorrow.day, tomorrow variable.day equal 31. And tomorrow month will be same, month 10, so it will be 10. And tomorrow year will be same. Okay, so this will generate for me what? For example, 2020, and then it will tell me 10, the month 10, and it will mean today will be what? 30 plus 1, so it will be 31. Okay, now imagine I inserted from the keyboard, for example, I inserted from the keyboard 31. For example, today is 31. So I inserted here 31. Okay. So 31 is equal to this one. So if it's equal to this one, because this one 31, this one will give me 31. So 31 is equal to 30. That means this one will not run. This one will not run. So I will check the next stage. Next stage, today.month is equal to 12. Is it equal to the 12? That means end of the year. If it's end of the year, that means the next day will be what? The date will be this. Tomorrow will be this one, and then this one, and then the year will be plus 1. So it will be 2021. Okay? If the month is a 12. Okay? Else, if this is a 31, if this is 31, if the month is not 12, I told you month is 10. I told you month is 10. I inserted from the keyboard, month is 10. So this one 31 and the month is 10. That means I will go to this one. So this one will say tomorrow day will be 1. Okay, tomorrow day will be 1. Dot. And then today month will be plus 1. So to month is 10. It will be month 10 plus 1. So it will be 11 plus. And then the year will be the same, 2020. Okay, and then after that I will print on the screen tomorrow month, tomorrow day, and tomorrow year. So let me practice with you this one. So I will go to Visual Studio, and then I will remove this one from the Visual Studio, or I will keep this one for now. Let me add the code. I already create file for that code, and that file is inside the project. So I will it's this file, C language. So I have several files. So I will say here, right click and then add existing item. Item is there. So I will say, what is the item? Okay, here is it. Lecture 8 item is there. And here is it. Here is the code. All code is here. Now, if I run the computer now run here, it will generate for me error. You see, there are error now. Why there is error? Because in each project in C language, each project must contain one main function. But now I have two main functions, one in the source and one in the lecture. Okay, lecture 8. So there I have one here and one here. There are two main functions in the project. So what I will do, very simple. I will right click on the source because I don't want this one to be compiled. So I will say here right click, and then I will go to properties, and then I will say exclude from building. Don't build this one. So exclude this one. Keep it there, but exclude it. So I will say yes, exclude this one. So when you exclude, you will see red color here. Red color means this one is not compiled. It will not be, it's there, but it's not compiled. If you want to include this one, you need to go again and say no. That means it will be again included in the project. But for now, we will exclude this one from the project. So let's say yes and okay. Now, which is remain in the project is this one main function. Okay, so here is it, and exactly same like what I told you. So let's run. Yeah, it's running fine. So here is the date. It will say enter today's date. Okay, I will insert, for example, okay, so first will be month 10, and then I will make a space, and then I will say, for example, 30. Okay, and then a space because I need to read the three values, and 2021, for example. Okay, click enter. It will tell you tomorrow date is October 31, 2021. Okay, so this is how this one is working. Okay, so let's run again and use another date. Okay, let's see, for example, 31, and then let's see, for example, this one, 31, 12, month 12, and 2021, for example. Okay, it will tell you. Oh, sorry, I did this. This must be the month, so this is wrong. So, okay, we are used to, okay. So the month is first, so I will say month 12, and this one will be, for example, 31, 2020, for example. And run, it will tell you next date is 1/1/2000, okay, which is this, the second case, this one, okay, this one. Okay, now let's go to the third case. Third case, we will have, that means this one, okay? So I will say here, for example, okay, October, and then 31, and I will say 2020. Okay, so this one here, okay, let's see. And then I click enter. It will, your next date is November 1st, 2020. Okay, I hope this one is clear for you. Okay, so far we learned how to create a structure, okay, and then how to make, like from today, we are using today to assign value for today values, okay, we assign values, and then we check those values, and based on those values, we decide tomorrow values, okay, tomorrow, the three values of tomorrow, okay. Now, let's go and if you can, in the operation on the structure, you can copy the structure or assign it to another unit. Also, you can take address of any member of the structure. Also, you can access any member, and but you cannot compare one structure with another structure. So for example, you cannot do like this. So let's go to here and say here, we cannot do like this. We can say, for example, if for example, we can do like this. If today, for example, equal tomorrow, like this. Okay, if you are, and then you do something, for example, in here you are trying to compare the whole today with the whole tomorrow. This is not possible. So you need to compare each member here with each member here. So if you want to compare, check today is equal to tomorrow. In this case, you need to check them one by one, okay, elements inside. So you will say if today.day is equal to tomorrow.day, if and, so to do a comparison like this one, you want to compare today is equal to tomorrow, you will do like this. You say today is equal to tomorrow.day, and you say, for example, today.date sorry, today.day is equal to tomorrow, okay, tomorrow.day, and, okay, sorry, we have to put two ands, not one and, okay? That means all of them are equal. And, sorry, this is day and this is month, okay. Month, and this one is month. Okay, and the last thing will be today, okay, today dot year equal, okay, let's make this one multiple lines. We can do that. So I can make this one like this, and I can do this one like this, okay? Today is of year is equal to tomorrow dot year. Okay, that means if they are all members are equal, then in this case I will print in the screen, for example, print F here. Okay, I can say here, which is never happen, today is same like tomorrow. This is will never happen, but yeah, just to tell you the example, it's just as kind of example, okay? So you need, if you want to compare, you need to compare all elements inside with each element from another structure, if you want to do that, okay? How about if I say like this, today, for example, is equal tomorrow, okay? So we can say here, or we can do that. So for example, we say, whatever value in today, give it to tomorrow. So in this case, today is same like tomorrow, okay? You are doing that. Okay, so for example here, today is equal today, okay, like this. Okay, let's run. Yeah, it will say, okay, uninitialized variable. Okay, this is uninitialized because we should do this one after we initialize, okay. Okay, so let's initialize, it will be initialized here. Okay, let's run. Yeah, we will put today is October 31, 2020, and you say today is same like tomorrow. So this one is because I give this assignment, okay? Because of this assignment. Okay, so this is for the first part of the lecture. We will continue in the next video the second part of the lectures. So thank you, and we'll see you next lecture.